Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody. It is Sunday, July 30th, and you know what that means. It is time for the High Risk Wrestling Recap, covering the week that is and that was. We're looking at July 23rd up until this past Saturday, the 29th. As always, you can check me out on the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52. On Instagram, the 215 on Twitter, that is spelled out. And of course, Coffee, Patreon, all donations are welcome and appreciated. But let's get into the news. All right, so I don't want to, get ahead of myself and ourselves, but it looks like Brian Pillman, Brian Pillman Jr., his WWE deal is a done deal. There wasn't really a hiring freeze, but they were taking their time because of the WWE UFC merger. We'll see where he goes. He'll probably would report to NXT, start at the training center, but he's someone who doesn't need to be down there. But he could also bring, some star power to the show. Looks like Santana and Ortiz are back together, because if you go to the AEW roster page, Santana and Ortiz are up there with the name Proud and Powerful. They are one of, if not my favorite tag team in AEW, and they've never really gotten their just due, so I want them back so bad. And Santana is training for his in-ring return. This is reported by Dave Meltzer. I'm ready. I am so ready. Sky Show's been at AEW recently, working as a producer, producing a couple of matches, and a coach. This is good. I mean, the guy's just, knows his stuff. He knows the business. He's expected to be around for the next several weeks. And we have a release date for the Iron Claw film based on the Von Erichs family. It will be coming out this year on December 22nd, around Christmas time. MJF also has a role in the movie. WWE is bringing back the No Mercy name, not the game, but as a pay-per-view for premium live event. This will be taking place on September 30th. It looks like this is something that WWE has been doing NXT for a while, and are bringing back past IPs and using them as events. They've had In Your House, Great American Bash, Halloween Havoc. It works. It's working. Thunder Rosa, who I absolutely love and adore, is working hard on her AEW in-ring return. She's back in the ring training. I am so happy. The women's division could definitely use her and bring some more star power. Definitely the Collision. And the way plans were scrapped because Vince is going to Vince. He's an idiot. He doesn't see the kind of money that he's just leaving on the table with this wholesome faction and family. Over on the injury news, if you saw Raw, KO injured. He has a legitimate injury. We don't know how long he'll be sidelined, so that's why he was beaten up. We'll see what happens with the tag team championships. And Liv Morgan is also injured. This is a shoulder injury, and she just got back from an injury, so that's pretty tough. And it looks like she's actually going to be out for a longer period of time. Both injuries in kayfabe were caused by the Judgment Day, and this is gonna hurt because they're both featured, but WWE should be able to recover it. And the injuries don't change the booking plans for SummerSlam. It's some really crappy news. It looks like Jamie Hayter may not be healthy enough or cleared by the time we get to All in London, which sucks. That was going to be Jamie's star making moments, and it sucks. And Tony Khan doesn't know how to pivot. Scorpio Sky is injured again, it looks like it was a freak accident, and we don't know how long he'll be out. Like, the dude just got back from injury, and it sucks so much because this man has a bunch of talent and needs to be pushed. Bailey, she also has a knee injury. She is not on crutches, but we're waiting to see how much longer it takes her to heal. It looks like Io's going to do a lot of the heavy lifting for Damage Control right now, but Naylor's knee is tender. She wasn't limping. She's moved well around ringside. We should be good. Kyle O'Reilly looks like he won't be back anytime soon because he had a broken neck, just like Big E. So the neck is fixed. It's healing. It just takes a long time to heal. So that's why we have Adam Cole. Part of the reason we have Adam Cole right now being featured. Same thing with Roderick Strong. People forget that he's part of the company. On the ratings side, Collision not this past week, but the week before, the July 22nd, brought in 579,000 viewers with a 0.21 and the 18 to 49 demo. That's about average. So it looks like we're going to be getting around somewhere close to 600,000 viewers every week for Collision. That's really good for a Saturday night. On for Raw, they brought in 1.8 million viewers with a 0.57 and 18 to 49 demo. That's almost the same as it was the previous week. Nothing really changed. Dynamite this past week brought in 898,000 viewers with a 0.29 and the 18 to 49 demo. That's down from the previous week in the ratings, but is it up? And it's also down from the demo, but you also remember last week was Blood and Guts. You know what I mean? SmackDown brought in 2.17 million viewers. That is just beautiful, and they were number one in the 18 to 49 demo for the team. It's like SmackDown kills it each and every week. Rampage saw a nosedive as they brought in 304,000 viewers with a 0.11 in the 18 to 49 demo. It was a good show. I enjoyed it. We'll need to see what's next, but that's the news, and we shall be right back. On to the week in review. This was kind of a light week, and it feels weird saying that, but Monday Night Raw, this was a solid show with the Judgment Day running thing. So the Judgment started the show. They ran a video package celebrating Dom. Dom wasn't with them, and then he came out. As you know, he is a new North American champion. He gets his usual heat. Sammy and KO come out, and Sammy challenges Dom to a match for the North American title. Dom accepts. Becky Lynch defeated Zoe. Trish got involved. She even headbutted Becky with the face mask on, but in the end, Becky is one step closer to getting Trish at SummerSlam. Cody had a promo in the ring saying, "Listen, yeah, Brock, you beat me up in front of my mom, my family, but I'm not scared of you. My mom's not scared of you. She had to see my dad fight Terry Funk. It's not much more you can do." This was just, usual Cody stuff. Dom defeated Sammy, retaining the North American Championship. Sammy was actually distracted because the Judgment Day had beaten up KO and dragged him out. And you know what happens. Wrestlers can never focus on things that are going on in the ring. Ciampa tells Shinsuke he let the first hit slide. Don't let it happen again, because I understand why you hit me. Ciampa has a match with Bronson Reed. Shinsuke distracts Ciampa, causing him to lose to Bronson Reed. So looks like we've replaced Ricochet with Ciampa in this three-way feud with Shinsuke and Bronson Reed. Liv has an interview saying, she's gonna fight Rhea. She's not scared of her. And then Chelsea and Sonya come out complaining about, why are they not getting the same attention as Rhea, because they're the women's tag team champions. Rhea shows up, then they play dumb. And when Rhea and Liv go to have their match, Rhea absolutely destroys Liv, pulverizes her arm, Liv's out, done. The Alpha Academy is like, look, the Viking Rules, y'all beat us in the Viking Rules match, but we don't even know what that is. So how about y'all face us in an Academy Rules match? And Maxine challenges Valhalla to a match. Valhalla later accepts. I like this feud. It it's going on a long time, but I'm really enjoying this. This is just so much fun, and it helps to get people featured on the show. And there was a conversation earlier with Apollo Crews and Damian Priest. Akira Tozawa was there, but Apollo challenged Damian. Damian won. Apollo's been treated like crap since being called back up to the main roster. He was better off in NXT. He was better off when he had the damn Nigerian accent. Drew says he would rather face Gunther. Like, he wants Gunther. He wants to teach Gunther a lesson. Ludwig Kaiser takes umbrage with the disrespect, so they have a match. Corey Graves does a Ludwig Kaiser impression on commentary, and it's hilarious. Drew wins. Imperium tries to attack after the match. Matt Riddle makes a save, but the damn numbers game. But it gives Drew enough time to have him powerbomb Gunther through the announce desk. And in the main event segment, we were having a contract signing between Finn and Seth. There was no Adam Pearce. That's because there's just a lot going on Raw. And essentially ends with the Judgment Day beating the holy hell out of Finn, beating the holy hell out of Sami Zayn, and the Judgment Day standing tall. They run Raw. Over on Dynamite, we had some nice story and character growth. Orange Cassidy finds another way to win, playing slightly heelish, retaining the International Championship against AR Fox. And Fox blindsided Orange Cassidy after the match. You know, the Orange wanted to show him respect. You know how Orange Cassidy shows respect by putting the glasses on, and Darby didn't like that, so didn't like Fox hitting Orange Cassidy. Don Callis tricks Chris Jericho into teaming with Takeshita, and they'll take on Sammy Guevara and Dan Garcia next week. So this is going to be crazy. This is going to be wild for sure. The BCC. Oh, I'm sorry. After the Orange Cassidy match earlier, Jon Moxley came out and gave Orange Cassidy the Death Rider. And the BCC is their cash and receipts, and they got their eyes on Orange Cassidy and Pac. Jack Perry besmirches ECW and the FTW Championship, which Jerry Lynn has a problem with, and comes out and says, "Let's okay, we'll do something next week." Y'all understand? Jerry Lynn is one of my favorite wrestlers. I loved Jerry Lynn growing up. Pac defeats Gravity. Yes, that is a real sentence. MJF and Adam Cole backstage promo hyping up their tag team match against FTR. And Roddy shows up, and he's playing the spurn lover right now, and Adam Cole just gaslights him. So I don't know who to believe at this point. FTR has their rebuttal, but this was good stuff all around. MJF was really, really good here. Swerve defeated Darby Allin after AR Fox interferes, and now AR Fox is a part of the Mogul Embassy. I like this group. I like this faction. It's part of AEW. It's part of Ring of Honor. Swerve, Fox, Brian Cage, and the Gates of Agony. I dig it. It's time to get some gold onto Swerve, though. Britt Baker defeated Taya Valkyrie. This just sucked. This just sucked. If you heard from in the High Risk Wrestling podcast, which you should be listening to every Saturday, you know my feelings about this and what really happened here. Britt Baker is an issue and needs to be dealt with. It's that simple. In the main event, the Lucha Brothers defeated the Blackpool Combat Club and the Best Friends. This actually wasn't a great match. It was kind of sloppy, and that's tough saying that because everybody here was really, really good. Overall, Impact is probably still the best show week in and week out. So our opening match was Trinity and Danny Luna defeating the Coven, and Deonna Purrazzo wants her rematch against Trinity at Emergence. Bully Ray tells Leo Rush, "Yo, you're either with us or against us," referring to him, Brian Myers, and Moose. So we'll see where this goes. Johnny Bravo is now Alpha Bravo, and he's Dirty Dango's personal security. Johnny Swinger defeats Zicky Dice, so Zicky Dice is no longer part of Impact. Giselle Shaw defeated Masha Slamovich. This was a good match to get things going in the storyline. Tracy Brooks wants to fight Alicia Edwards, but her husband, Tracy's husband, Kaz, is like, "Yo, you're better than this." The Time Splitters defeated Moose and Brian Myers. Chris Sabin and Josh Alexander made the save. Alan Angels challenges Heath. Zach Wentz defeated Mike Bailey. And in the main event, Eric Young defeated Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis doing the job on his way out. The Design attacked Young after the match and pretty much beat him down. So, Young, you're back, but you still got beef with your old squad over in Ring of Honor. It just wasn't a good show. It was just matches to have matches. We had 13 matches. It doesn't really do anything, and we were doing so much better in the past couple of weeks. And the one thing that sticks out to me is that we had 3 women's matches. We had 3. Over on SmackDown, this was all about Tribal Chief Jey Uso. So he's in the ring to start the show. Before you can even say anything, Roman comes out. And essentially, these two are both confident, but Roman's more gaslighting. And even though Roman's confident, he sees Jey as a threat, and he does it very, very well with his facial expressions. And there's this moment where Jey, after Roman says, you can't beat me, Jay's like, he goes up to him and puts, the whole, when somebody puts their hand on your neck, like behind you, holds the back of your neck and looks you in your eyes and they get real serious. Jey did that. He's like, yo, I already beat you, and I'm gonna do it again. Now, some of this is after telling, Roman, like, yo, I don't want to be Tribal Chief. I was fine being the right-hand man, but you broke up our family, you broke my brother, and now I gotta get you. Man, Jey then gets into a squabble with Grayson Waller backstage, so they'll have a match later. Santos Escobar defeated Rey Mysterio by ref stoppage to win the finals of the United States Championship Invitational. Charlotte and Bianca will face Sonya and Chelsea. You know how this is going to go. LA Knight defeated Ashanti the Adonis. It's just another way to get LA Knight featured. I don't know what Hit Row did to be stuck in this position. Bobby Lashley's building up and recruiting the Street Profits. Charlotte and Bianca defeated Sonya and Chelsea, which was just stupid. I just hated this. This shows you that WWE really doesn't care about the tag team championship. You could have Charlotte and Bianca beat anybody else. Beat the women that aren't used. Aaliyah, Zaya, Tamina, Lacey, anybody but the tag team champions. Bayley got a note from Shotzi telling her that she'll be seeing her soon. Asuka and Io talk trash to each other, and Asuka's like, yo, I'm the forever champion, and you better not cash in. And Io's like, no matter what happens, I'm cashing in. So I just need Asuka to win at SummerSlam so I can get to Asuka versus Io. That's what I really, really want to see. Adam Pearce sets up a battle royal for SummerSlam. LA Knight will be in it. The Brawling Brutes will be in it, and we'll get LA Knight versus Sheamus next week. Karrion Kross defeated Carl Anderson and Cabino until the rest of the club shows up. And in the main event, Jey Uso defeated Grayson Waller. And after the match, Solo tried to attack. He catches a super kick. Roman tries to attack. Roman catches a spear, but Solo recovers, and they take out Jey with the spear Samoan spike combos. This was just great. Also, I don't have a problem with Grayson Waller losing. Early on the career, he's already reached mid status where he can take a loss and not be hurt by it. That's just the facts. Over on Rampage, Big Bill and Brian Cage won a tag team battle royal to become the new tag team #1 contenders for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. Commander defeated Kip Sabian. This was a fine match. I want more of Kip Sabian, and especially Penelope Ford, on my screen. The Kingdom won a squash match. The Dark Order says they prove themselves, and now you're either Dark Order or you're against us in the main event. Hikaru Shida defeated Nyla Rose, so Shida will be taking on Toni Storm for the Women's World Championship on Dynamite. This match is going to be amazing. The Outcasts sarcastically clapped from the stage. Over on Collision, we got the rise of Ricky Starks. So Andrade defeated Buddy Murphy in a ladder match to get his mask back. This joint was brutal. One more time, this joint was brutal. These dudes beat up on each other. Man, even Julia Hart got some heat and went through a table. Darby Allin wants a fight, and he's answered by Minoru Suzuki. And Darby had this look like, oh, damn, I messed up. But Darby still won. And after the match, Christian tells Darby he should be focusing on the TNT Championship instead of, his friends. Toni Storm says she'll be defeating Shida on Dynamite 200. Samoa Joe defeats Gravity with the greatest of ease, and he even hit the really funny nope spot. Then we have Punk and Ricky Starks in the ring, right? Well, Punk was there first, being interviewed by Tony Schiavone, and then Ricky came out. First, Ricky came out. I was like, hold on, you sound crazy, Punk. But first, let's act like y'all didn't see me and play my music here. I'm loving what we doing with Ricky, and Ricky just runs down Punk, and then Punk pulls out the world championship from his rib bag and says he's the real world champion. And now they'll fight next week for the real world championship. This makes no sense at all. But the special guest referee will be Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, because he's someone from Punk's past, and we'll call it down the middle. The Bullet Club Gold. This was, I think, it was the Guns, and Juice Robinson defeated Action Andrade, El Hijo del Vikingo, and Darius Martin. Mercedes Martinez defeated Kiera Hogan. This was such a random match. This is a random match. There was no heat behind this. It was just like, here's Kiera Hogan, here's Mercedes Martinez. Mercedes won, and she wouldn't let go of her submission hold, so Chris Statler came out, but Mercedes got the jump on her. And then Willow came out to make the save. I'm with this. Let's heat this up. Let's heat this up. Get this featured on Collision every week. Go check out the Howard Wrestling Podcast episode 134, and what we talk about the AEW Women's Division. In the main event, FTR retained the Tag Team Championship against Adam Cole and MJF. This was fun. This was good, because good wrestling is good. They shook hands with Adam Cole after the match, and MJF was beating himself up, right? And he was thinking about hitting Adam Cole with the World Championship, and Cole felt it, so he turned his back and said, do what you gotta do. MJF threw the belt down, they hugged. Friendship rules. So we're dragging this out. Okay, let's do it. I am all for it. Our matches of the week, not a lot this time. From Dynamite, Swerve Strickland versus Darby Allin. I'm so happy Swerve finally got a win versus Darby Allin. I don't even care how he won. A win is a win. From Impact, Eric Young versus Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis did the job for Eric Young while leaving the company. Becoming a free agent once again. This was good. This was some good stuff. From Collision, of course, the ladder match between Andrade and Buddy Matthews for Andrade's match. My only thought process is, why wasn't this Malachi Black? And why was it Buddy Matthews? Also, Buddy Matthews seems too big for his body and the stuff that he does. That's just me. Also from Collision, of course, the AEW World Tag Team Championship match with FTR defending against MJF and Adam Cole, because good wrestling is good. Our star of the week, part of me wanted to give it to MJF and Adam Cole, but I'm going to give it to the Judgment Day for their complete and utter dominance of Monday Night Raw. So let's go on to them. But that's our show. Thank you. Don't forget to check out the High Risk Wrestling Podcast every single Saturday. Next week, I'll get the schedule out. This week, I'll get the schedule out. But Thursday, we'll be having the Filthy Casual return with our SummerSlam preview and predictions. Don't forget to check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations 52 on Instagram, the 215 on Twitter, that is spelled out, Coffee, Patreon, and as always, Xylee, Wendy Chu, Shotzi Blackheart, Bailey, Willow Nightingale, Isla Dawn, and Gigi Dolan. Holla at your boy. Peace.